Welcome to the Transform Your Wedding podcast, a how-to guide for taking your wedding to a whole new level. Here's your host, Marie Kubin from Rent My Wedding.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This episode is all about uplighting. Uplighting is a type of wedding lighting that adds color to your venue. It's my number one favorite type of wedding lighting because it makes a huge impact and just really enhances your venue. First things first, what is uplighting? Uplighting is a type of wedding lighting that makes your room glow in color. It's really magical and just so amazing because you see the walls illuminate from floor to ceiling, and it really sets the mood for the room. Next, let's talk about where to set up your uplights. So there's a lot of different options. The most popular is doing the entire room. Sometimes we call that color wash. It means you're washing all of the walls in color. You could also use the uplights to create a focal point or just highlight one specific area. So maybe you just want to uplight your sweetheart table or the cake table. Another option is to do accent lighting. So it's kind of like uplighting the whole venue, but you're just going to do small touches of lighting here and there. And then a last option is to do a table glow effect. How to set up your uplighting. Now, the good news is that setup is super easy. You wouldn't believe it, but you can actually set up your own uplighting in a matter of minutes. It probably takes about 1 minute per uplight, and you can do an entire venue in a half hour. So for setup, the basic idea is that you just pick your color, set the light up against the wall, and then aim it so that it tilts up towards the ceiling. What about the types of uplighting? So there's actually more than one type of uplighting: the standard uplights or wireless uplights. The standard uplights have power cords. The wireless uplights have built-in batteries. And that's pretty much the main difference. So other than that, they're very, very similar. So if you're looking at the standard uplights, the nice thing is that they're usually the cheapest version of the uplights. The nice thing is that you can actually plug up to 40 uplights together into one single outlet. It's something called daisy chaining. Now, if you don't want to worry about power cords at all, or maybe it's an outdoor event where you just don't have outlets, wireless uplighting is a great option. So those have the built-in batteries, and the batteries last about 8 to 10 hours. They are rechargeable, so if let's say you're testing out the lights before the wedding, you can plug them back in and charge them up. It's really easy. You just use power cords to plug them in. And just like we were talking about with the standard uplights, you can link all of these wireless uplights together with a single outlet, and that's going to charge up all the lights at the same time using that one outlet. And when you want to check the battery level on an uplight, it's super easy. You just look at the back of the light, and there's a menu screen where you can see some bars or dashes. And if you see that whole screen is filled with 4 dashes, that means the light is fully charged. And if you have less than 4 bars, then it has less battery. Now, when it comes to colors, you can do the same colors whether you're doing the standard uplights or the wireless uplights. And the biggest difference is really just how you program the colors. So with the standard uplights, you're going to use a button on the light, and that's how you pick your color. It's going to be an arrow button, and you just hit that up arrow and keep pressing it. It'll keep scrolling through different colors. When you see the color that you like, just press enter, and it locks that color in place. When you're doing the wireless uplights, the colors actually can be done using a remote control. So the remote has some color-coded buttons, and you just hit the button for the color that you want. Now, when it comes to custom colors, you can get any color that you want. So if you have, let's say, a really specific shade of teal for your wedding colors, you can match that uplight to that exact shade of teal. You just hit the button for red, increase or decrease, hit the button for blue and green, same thing, And you just keep increasing or decreasing those proportions until you see exactly the color that you want. So colors can be as simple as just pushing a button to get the color that you want, or if you feel like getting really creative and a little technical, you can mix your very own custom color all in a matter of minutes. Now, for the entire room, that's going to mean that you are spacing these lights all around the room up against the wall. If you want to highlight just one specific area, all you would do in that case is place the lights in that area. So let's say you're doing a backdrop behind the head table. What you can do there, if it's a linen backdrop, you can place the uplights either in front of or behind the backdrop and angle them so that they kind of catch the linen in that beam of light, and you'll see the linen glow in color. Now, that third option was to do accent lighting. So in that case, we're not lighting up the whole venue, we're just adding some little touches of color. And that's a really nice way to still dress up the venue, but without going way over the top if you don't have the budget or if you just don't want to go for that look. So in that case, you could probably just put one uplight in each corner or just spread them out so that there's much more distance between each light. And that's what's going to give you those splashes of color and add a really nice finishing touch. The last option is the table glow effect. So this is something a little different and fun that you can do with uplighting. And what it does is it makes it look like your table linens are glowing. It looks really cool with cocktail table linens, and it looks really nice for the head table as well. So what you do is you just take that uplight and you put it under the table. If you're doing a cocktail table, you probably just need one uplight. And if you're doing the head table, you want to put the uplights so that you've got maybe 2 or 3 total that are spanning across the length of that head table. So those are some different places that you can set up your uplights for your wedding. How to estimate the quantity of uplights. The general rule of thumb that you want to keep in mind is to space your uplights 10 feet apart for a nice overall look, or 5 feet apart for a dramatic look. So that's the key here. And what you want to do is find out the size of your venue. So ask for a floor plan. You should be able to get that. And the floor plan is going to make it really easy for you to map out how many uplights that you need. Now, if you can't get a copy of the floor plan, don't worry. You could just take a tape measure and go measure those walls yourself. Then add up those measurements. That's the total amount of feet that you need to cover. Then take that number and either divide by 5 or by 10, depending on what look you want. So divide your number by 5 if you want a dramatic look, and divide your number by 10 for just a nice overall look. Now, if you hate math and you just don't want to do this at all, don't worry. We also have a really easy calculator that you can use. And on our website at rentmywedding.com, you can put in whatever information you do have, and it's going to tell you how many uplights you need. Now let's talk about how to pick your color for uplighting. I mentioned that you can set your uplights to just about any shade of any color, but a lot of people don't really know where to start with that. I mean, how do you pick which color to use? So there's a couple of different ways that you can choose your color. The best place to start is think about your wedding color palette. So that's a great way to just tie in your wedding colors and your theme. So if you have, let's say, blue and gold are your wedding colors, you could actually use one of those colors for your uplighting. The second thing to think about is what type of mood that you want to create. So different colors will kind of invoke a different mood. The vibrant and darker colors are going to be more dramatic looking. It's going to add energy. And the softer, lighter colors are going to give you more of an accent lighting effect, a little bit more elegant and low-key and not as dramatic. Now, the last thing is let's talk about where to get uplighting. If you're looking to rent uplighting, that is a great way to go because it's so much cheaper, of course, than buying your own uplights. Buying uplights can be thousands of dollars for what you would need for a typical wedding venue, but you could rent all the lighting that you need for around $200. So renting is a great option. And if you're going that route, you can either do a full service where you have someone actually come in and set up the lights for you, or you can go with a do-it-yourself option where you set up the uplights on your own. Definitely check out the do-it-yourself options for renting uplighting. You can go to our website, for example, it's rentmywedding.com. We rent the lights for really low prices and they include free shipping. So the uplights are shipped right to your door. You set them up for the wedding, and then afterwards you just stick them right back in the same box and you send them back. So that's a look at everything you need to know about uplighting. If you have any questions, definitely get in touch. I would love to help you out, whether you need some advice about what color to use or how many uplights for your venue. You can always reach me at marie@transformyourwedding.com. And don't forget, you can always check out our website if you're looking for uplighting photos and videos and examples to get some inspiration. So you can check out our website. It's rentmywedding.com. And also check out our Pinterest page because we have an album for uplighting in every color. So if you're trying to get ideas on what it looks like for pink uplighting and blue uplighting, there's an album for each of those so you can really explore all of the possibilities with uplighting. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I can't wait to see you next time.
This podcast is brought to you by Rent My Wedding, your one-stop shop for event rentals. Order online and rentals are delivered right to your door. Shipping is free both ways nationwide. Rent lighting, backdrops, photo booths, and more. With the most 5-star reviews in the industry, Rent My Wedding makes rentals easy and affordable. Book your rentals today at www.rentmywedding.com.